Greetings everyone and welcome to this little live stream with myself, the chef, and my esteemed colleague, the beard.
Hello!
And on deck today we have, of course, our resident techno Jinx.
DJ.
Yeah.
Did.
Top tier beats. Could have gone with anything there, really.
So lame.
And you went with that.
DJ!
I'm sorry.
Spin that one more time, DJ Jinx.
Sorry.
It's alright.
But
So
I'm
how is
here.
everyone today? How are you?
I am great. You know something fun?
What?
I found an army today that I previously thought I lost. So I've been searching for, I painted a Skaven army, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago maybe?
When did we move to this studio?
It was some time ago. Well, we've been 2.5 years, roughly. No, maybe more than that. No, 3.5 years.
Coming out to 3.5 because we moved in the summer of 2019 because it was the halcyon days of pre-COVID.
What a summer it was.
It was a good summer. It was the best of times.
It was the blurst of times.
that was it. It was the best of times. So that was so it must have been like 2018.
It was a long time ago.
So like it's got to be 5 years ago that you did that army because I remember you doing that army.
Yeah, I remember too. Well, sort of. And I lost it since then. But then I found some of it in my car in the boot, and then Lawrence found the rest of it in his house in a box.
Oh.
So now I've got a Skaven army that I thought I lost forever and ever. So I'm
nice.
Absolutely delighted. This morning I woke up without a Skaven army, and at this point in time I now have a Skaven army.
In the space of less than 8 hours, you have obtained an army.
Grown a tail and whiskers. It's great.
Ooh.
It's sort of like half pestilence, half normal Skaven, bit of Skyer in there with the old shooties, and then the old stabby plague people.
Yeah, you've got some pestilence, you've got some verminous is the normal, like the clan rats and stuff, like the generic ones.
Got some giant bells, got some catapults.
Yeah, I think you've got some Moulder in there as well because you've got the rat ogres.
It's very exciting.
You can do, and you can run a whole mix of them. So that's nice. Yeah.
A whole mess of rats.
Yeah.
An infestation.
You could say, yeah. I think
That's fun.
Yeah. How are you over there, DJ Jinx?
I'm good. I'm just hanging out in chat at the moment. Everyone's asking me about how I'm doing, so I'm just
Hanging out with our pals over
Yeah,
there.
I'm
we'll
paying
have our own
attention to these
conversation.
guys.
You have a conversation with Jinx.
If
Anyway.
you guys want to talk to us,
Yeah.
these guys over here that are on camera, you can just get involved in the super chats and we'll answer any question you have. Any question you have. You can ask us anything.
Well,
within reason.
Especially Chef.
I mean, okay.
But we are here to talk about the new season 2 of the league.
Season 2 League Boogaloo.
La Liga.
La Liga.
Goal.
Have you? That's the Ronaldo thing, isn't it? Have you seen? Have I shown you the coffee one?
Because have I seen football? I'd say no.
No. Neither have I. Yeah, there's like so it's like what Ronaldo's fans do. It's like Soo. But someone's done it with like googly eyes on cappuccino foam.
Yeah.
And then blowing them with a straw. It's very funny.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
I'll show you later. It's great. Yeah. So, yes, we are here to talk about the league. We will get into that very, very shortly. It is just the two of us today. James is on holiday.
He's in New York City.
New York.
That's in America.
That is in America, which is across the pond,
Yes.
as we like to affectionally call the Atlantic Ocean here in the UK.
Well, isn't that more of an American thing?
No, I think we call it the pond.
We call it across the pond.
No.
No, excuse me.
No,
it's called an ocean.
No, we say like, I believe you're talking about our friends from across the pond.
Yes, jolly old splashy water.
So if you happen to see a bard wandering around New York, if you are in New York, then go and say hello to him. Yeah, he may say hello back. He probably will because it's James. He's very nice.
He had a very good sandwich yesterday
Oh, did he?
at Katz's Deli. I told him to go.
Have you been to New York?
I have.
Is it good? I've never been to New York. I'd love to go.
It's like in the top 2 of
Oh.
places I've been.
How many places have you been?
One or two.
Okay then.
I'm going to interrupt this chat about sandwiches because there's been a few super chats.
Super sandwich.
They can't send
That's
us.
your new DJ name.
They can't send us sandwiches.
Super
through
sandwiches
YouTube.
on the ones and twos.
You say they can't send us sandwiches. Now, I'm gonna throw this out as a counterpoint. Slight tangent here.
You can also hear Katie grinding her teeth.
We will get to your super chats in just a moment, guys. I do promise. You can actually, like, because there was a big thing like sort of on Twitch many years ago where people would be like, just send us pizzas whilst we're doing a live stream. And people would do that.
We should do that in the new studio.
It was quite a common thing with Critical Role back when they were live streaming.
It's like when you go to Weatherspoons and you do something on Instagram, it's like just send something to table 23.
Yeah, here's where I am in this venue, in this table. You can order to your table. You can do that with a lot of places now, actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that in Turtle Bay because they do very nice cocktails.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We went recently.
Yeah, we did.
Your Geburtstag.
Geburtstag, yes. So
a nice coconut cocktail.
Oh, it was very fancy. Yes. So we will talk La Liga in just a few minutes after we've caught up with some super chats before Katie kills me.
Well, before we do,
Look, I'm just looking out for you guys in chat. These guys do whatever they want.
It's true, we do.
Yeah. So Jonathan Haynes did super chat before we even went live to say that he loves us. And
Big
we
up
love
the
you
Haynes.
too. You are a legend. We have many more. I just need to scroll down away. Lona in a crowd. Hey guys, excited for the new league season, but when will we see an AOS league?
Not for some time.
yeah, we don't really have.
We have two semi-competitive armies.
Yeah.
One of which was competitive with an old battle tome. It was the ogres. I would argue they're still quite good now, but they're not the 3 Iron Blasters and 120 Nobblers competitive. The other competitive...
Was for competitive Nobblers?
Yeah, because the Nobblers are, they've received a points increase.
Yeah.
But basically the way that it worked was you just had rows upon rows upon rows of Nobblers, because whenever you finished a move within, I think, if I'm remembering it rightly, it was whenever you finished any kind of move within range of a unit with this ability, not any unit with this ability. So you'd have columns of Nobblers, all like basically in like triangles, because this is competitive, this is how you play games apparently. And then if you finished a move within 6 inches of like 2 or 3 units, you're taking multiple lots of D3, and then they're blocking off your Iron Blasters, which are firing off like 3 shots at -3, D3 plus 3 damage.
Grief.
Yeah, but that's competitive play. In terms of a league for Sigma,
We don't have the
the chops.
Yes, but we also don't have like huge armies yet
Yeah.
for Sigma. We're still sort of getting as many factions as we can to give you lots of variety. We don't have variety inside the armies. It takes years, I told, to build up these armies. So maybe one day.
One day.
But that day is not today.
Not yet.
Or tomorrow.
We were also
Or the next day.
kind of using Sigma for not like an unwind, but like we're having a lot of fun learning Sigma. So we don't want to then complicate or muddy the waters with our learning by then going, right, we're learning Sigma, and then we're also trying to learn how to do Sigma competitively. Whereas the league is obviously our own little spin on competitive. So we're not claiming to be top tier players, nor that...
Well, I claim that.
I mean, you can claim it all you want, don't make it right. So we're not claiming that this is the way to play competitive or that these lists are meta busting, although we may inadvertently stumble upon something, who knows. But it's our take on the competitive mindset, as it were, trying to do what we think will work in a competitive setting. So yeah, one day for the Sigma, but let us learn first. We've played a grand total of about 29 games, including off-camera practice games. So we've got a while, and that's between like all 6 of us as well. So we've got some time.
Yes. I'm just going to skip a couple of the super chats and I will come back to them, don't you worry, just to come down to Sal Len, because he's donated $100, so thank you very much.
That's very good. Who?
Sal Len.
Sal Len.
Sal Len.
I like the name Len.
More like Sal Len Jen.
Absolute Sal Legend.
Yeah.
You deserve a sandwich.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
very
Sandwich,
Praise
generous.
be
sandwich
unto thee.
emojis in the chat for Sal.
What?
Have you ever...
Did they have a
sandwich emojis.
question?
Yeah, here's a question.
What's the question?
You didn't let me ask it. Have you ever thought about doing a tag team bat rep? One person on the team takes turns 1 and 2, they share turn 3, and the other teammate takes turn 4 and 5.
Sort of. We had an idea the other day, didn't we? Which was sort of like, do we talk about it now? No. It's really fun. It's kind of like that. It's sort of like a multiplayer type thing, but it's not quite tag team. In the past on Christmas we've done
We've done the doubles.
we've done the doubles. Tag team could be fun. You know.
I love the idea of the tag team. However, I think you almost need to do it like blind tag.
Yeah.
So you go, cool, let's say me and Beard are playing. you tag out after turn 2. I come in. I've not seen the board at this point, so I come in like fresh to turn 3 and go, what's happened? What's going on?
Why have we been tabled?
So that could be a really interesting way of doing it as well. Is it something that we've considered? No. Is it something that I'm considering now? Yes.
Yeah, that's a great. That's
definitely a nice spectacle thing
and thank you again for your generous contribution to the cause. We appreciate you.
Okay, now back to the true order. Ragnaros, good day chaps, looking forward to the league and best of luck to all. Do you know any more info on the Space Wolves army, and do you have an actual music playlist used for the channel? Love the metal. Love the metal.
We love the metal too. Metal is best. Band's metal playlist available on Spotify.
Well, I think they're talking about the music we actually use for our battle reports.
So yes, so this comes up a lot, and I've mentioned it in many comments before. In terms of the music that we use in our battle reports, they are all licensed tracks. They are royalty free, but we do provide the artist at the end of the credits. They are generally all available from licensed music websites. You can find them. You will be paying a lot of money to get them because that's how licensed music works.
Yeah, it's not so much for like general consumption.
Yeah.
It just allows you to use it in your own product, essentially.
But there are some bangers in there.
There are some bangers.
But
I found some new ones the other day.
Nice.
I need to show you later.
But yeah, so for reference, this is all pretty freely available information on one of the websites that we use. It's called Premium Beat. You can buy one of those tracks for your use and for your listening purposes. It will cost you $99.
Yeah.
So it's not really readily accessible.
You can listen to it in a preview, but then you occasionally get someone say premiumbeat.com, like a watermark. In terms of your other questions, me and James have started a Spotify of our own, which has music in, which you might enjoy, which we're going to expand over time as well.
The other question was actually about the Space Wolves.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
checking.
Segue. Yes, they're coming. Actually, they're going to be started relatively soon in amongst other projects. So I think the intention is that we will do them over a period of time, and then we'll sort of introduce them in maybe like a boarding action or a smaller game to the point where we can have a normal like 2,000 point game. So Fletcher is absolutely ecstatically working on them very soon. We're working on a secret project right now, which looks pretty great.
You're happy with said secret project.
I am very excited about it.
Well, we have many secret projects in mind, but still.
Yes, but this one, baby. But yeah, the Space Wolves will be wolfing their way to you very soon via wolf sled upon Wolfensteins.
I cannot wait for Fletcher to get those Space Wolves done so that we can not hear about them from Lawrence and Fletcher ever again.
We can stop hearing the soft little oh-woos he does in the office whenever we talk about
He
them.
actually paws at the window as well when we all go outside to do stuff like, go home, and Fletcher's just like this at the window.
He also poes on the carpet, which is a problem.
Yeah, he's not house trained yet.
But they are looking good. It's very much going to be a 13th Company feel, and it's going to be good. It's going to be no, I can't think of a dog pun. Really woof.
It's going to be a Great Dane time.
Yeah.
No.
We'll move on.
I'm lost.
Yeah,
I
move
can't.
on.
Yeah.
My tail's wagging.
I'm gonna move
Anticipation.
on. Alexis, the Rose Queen.
Yes, Alexis!
She's sent Army and Warhound. Please enjoy them, guys. Thank you so much. I don't think we've received them yet.
We haven't received them yet, but I cannot wait to get my feathered talons upon them because they are Zinchi!
Yes.
And praise be unto him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or her, or them. It's very hard to tell with Zinch.
A feathered eldritch is delivering it to us via the warp.
It will appear via Imp.
Oh.
Imp Courier.
That's why I'm here.
Yes.
I am here.
You're more of a goblin.
Yeah.
Deck Goblin.
Oh, I like that title.
DJ Goblin.
Yay! That's my name now. I'm going to move on. No hope, no cure. How is Chef going to shenanigan his way to another league win? Stay tuned.
No hope, no cure. That's a bleak
That was
username.
bleak.
Yeah, no hope, no cure. That is either a bleak username or the name of a emo band circa 2010.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so spoiler alert.
The champ is here.
Champ is here, yeah.
You can't see you.
No,
I can't see you.
No, it's because of my Zinchi trickery ways.
Yeah.
Therein lies how I'm going to trick my way to a win. Zinch trickery.
Nice.
I got lots of shenanigans and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that first game is coming on Saturday.
Yeah, you just
How
have to
exciting.
check that one out. In fact, I'm going to actually
You're
put
gonna put that little poll in,
I'm
are
going to
you?
put a poll in the chat right now to see who you guys think is going to win, because it's me and Chef coming out on Saturday. Craft World Eldar with a Wraith heavy list against Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns.
Yeah.
Doing what Thousand Suns do. We go, cool, what can we use? Rubrics and Terminators? Okay.
Let's go.
let's do it.
The variety of Zinch.
Yeah.
It's like the glamour of Zinch.
For an army that is all about change, they're very static in their build. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very sad.
They could probably do with some new units.
I mean, yes,
some
they
point.
could.
They've had one since their initial release, which is
The Infernal Master
Yu-Gi-Oh!
a character, which we don't even own, technically.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping.
But I will trick my way to victory because I am Zinch. I am the Changer of Ways. I am the Master of Magic and the... yes.
Have we done everyone's lists analysis now,
yet.
apart from Young
yet.
Lawrence?
Young Lawrence, he's out on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, so
Last
watch out.
army will be revealed.
Heal thine eyes for that.
Absolutely non-surprise to anyone that watches our live streams.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like we did also like announce that a while ago.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, like everyone else's has kind of been like a semi-surprise, but mine and Lawrence's were voted for by the great public.
Yes.
So we didn't, it was kind of pretty obvious as well, where it's just like, should we get Lawrence, like, what one will Lawrence play? It's like, I don't know, probably the army that got 66% of the votes.
Yeah.
Probably that one.
Yeah. You'll be surprised by the list. It's an interesting take.
Yeah. He's done what he usually does, which is go a little bit out of left field and then spam it.
Yes.
Like
Three of everything.
Yeah, he loves a Tripsy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that
3
is-
Gazgul. You can't take 3 Gazgul.
He'll be like, but I want to take 3 Gazgul. Yeah.
But that is going to be out this Thursday, and if you do want to see what everyone else is bringing in the league, those lists are already out on YouTube right now. Don't go watch them now. Stay here on the live stream. Go and watch them after the live stream.
Chat to us.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Have a good time.
Chat-
Speaking of
chat
having a good time, we've
GPT.
got more super chats, so you guys just keep on talking.
Right.
Sorry.
Neil Adams.
Neil
Hi
Armstrong.
Chef, any chance of seeing your Necron Dynasty or the Ashen Huntsman on the channel again? I miss some of the old school armies we used to see.
Okay, so Ashen Huntsman. Yeah,
Good
man, that takes me back. Okay, the Ashen Huntsman don't work they didn't work in 8th, to be fair. They didn't work in 8th, and they don't really work in 9th.
No.
Mainly because half of the army is now a legend, because it's like Command Squad on bike.
They are a bunch of legends, though.
They are legends, yeah. So yeah, sadly can't really use them in 9th edition. As for my Dynasty, yeah, I've not added to it in ages, so we've just got more variety in the studio army. Not to mention the fact that I really like Scorpex, and I don't own any Scorpex because I've not added to the army since, like 2017, 2018, because I haven't needed to.
You've got all those Necrons over there.
I've got those Necrons over there, haven't I? Yeah.
All the boys.
Will I bring them on for funsies one day? Maybe one day. But
They could face my Skaven.
they could face your Skaven.
Skavens in spies.
Spies. No, but what I probably will do is, because the Seraphon army for Sigmar is my army, and obviously there's lots of new Seraphon models coming, so I will be adding to that because I am going to be painting again this year. I know. So watch out for that come summertime, and maybe eventually in the next few weeks, months, when I can actually get together all of my stuff that I want to get together for painting, because I've got a lot of Kickstarter board games with some very, very cool models, which will also serve double duty for, some form of role-playing game that we may be starting in a few weeks. Well,
Few months.
maybe a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair.
Who knows at this point?
What?
Who knows at this point?
Who knows at this point? Yeah, we've got to move into the new studio first, and then we will be starting up D&D. But the models that I have from many Kickstarters are very nice indeed, and will be very useful for that.
We have some cool plans for
yes.
said roleplay game. Why are we not saying what it's called? Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I know, right? Because actually, surprise, it's going to be Wrath and Glory, and we're playing 40k roleplay, which would be really cool as well.
I like the Woof Rip.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Wifrip.
Yeah.
My
arm can get cut off at any point. It's very exciting.
problem with Wifrip.
Sorry.
I'm not sorry. My problem with Wifrip is I'm not sure if it's very enjoyable to watch from a live stream perspective, because you just go, oh, here's this character I got really attached to. Two sessions later, they're dead, and you've got a new character.
Yeah, I tried to hit something, but I fell down a ditch and I'm dead now.
Yeah. What did you roll up as your new character? A rat catcher. This is not interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, sorry, DJ Goblin
We
mode.
have so many super chats.
Good! Praise be unto thee!
Yes, we thank you so much. I just want to make sure that we read them out for you guys.
We will.
Russell Pinner. Hi, TT bosses. What are you looking forward to most at the new studios? Looking forward to the League. Well, I'm going to say that I'm looking forward to actually having space, because...
Space! I was going to say
don't
space.
have a lot of that.
Yeah, I was going to say space. My own edit desk.
Oh.
Be away from everyone else. I can actually get some work done.
I'm excited for the tournament space downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, being able to host events is going to be cool.
What?
Being able to host events is going to be cool.
Yeah.
You can meet people.
Yeah, it'll be so nice to have all you guys come in and play games. There's been lots and lots of hard work done. It's finally coming together now.
Yeah.
And what we'll be able to offer in the events is going to be pretty next level.
Yeah.
So that's going to be good.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. The events are going to be really cool. I know Fletcher's looking forward to running some painting seminars.
Yes.
As well as just sort of, we've got a bunch of plans. So
to do some DJ sets.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing the boop cam.
Boot cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we do
you will
events,
have
I'm gonna run
you
boot
will as part of your ticket entry, you sign up all rights and liabilities to be booped. So you don't have a choice, I'm afraid.
Sorry, everyone. But actually, I'm not sorry, because I really enjoy it.
Next super chat.
Jay Eggett, first ever super chat, just popping in from the US. You guys are awesome and have the best content. Can't wait to come and visit when the new place is up and running.
Yes!
We do have the best content,
We
and we're
do.
excited to have you come and visit the studio.
And all the way from the US too.
Yeah.
Where in the US?
Yeah, let us know.
Is it
It's a
New
very
York?
big place.
Is it Texas with our good friend Texas
someone
rolling into battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Well, yeah. Hopefully, we'll see you in the place.
The photo owl with the super chat, read aloud this silly super chat. Seriously, you guys are all ace bosses.
You are ace bosses.
What was that about owls?
That's its
think that's
name,
their name.
the photo owl.
Oh, the photo owl. Very cool. It's got like lenses for eyes, like a robot owl.
Oh, clever. Cody Spencer, have you considered doing a boarding actions tournament or league or other fun games like 4-player free-for-all for boarding actions?
Well, you just reminded me. Thank you, Cody. With the league coming, because we've been obviously there's only so much content we can produce before we all die.
We are but
Exhaustion,
mortals.
starvation, and hunger, water needs.
Yeah.
So what we're going to be doing with because we don't want to be taking too much away with the league. The narrative campaign will be finishing shortly, which will be
This Friday?
Maybe.
Yes!
Friday? I think it is this Friday.
Make sure you check out the narrative.
I think it's this Friday.
It is this
The
Friday.
conclusion of the Cinder Art campaign will be this Friday. So that will be done. The league will come in, but what we are going to be doing is having boarding action as sort of like bonus content. So we'll be able to offer a bit more boarding action than we otherwise would be, whilst not taking anything else away. So in terms of a league and stuff, we're probably going to wait for boarding action to sort of like flesh itself out over time. But aside from, you just completely distracted me.
You made the weirdest
You summoned Texas Sidewind.
Yes! Speak his name 3 times in the mirror and it will appear.
Yeehaw! So yes, we love boarding action, and we're going to keep the good times and train rolling through boarding action station for some time. So yes, the boarding action content will continue to.
A league will be very cool. Multiplayer games would be very cool.
Yes.
But for watch this space. You just hold your horses.
Yes.
Much like Texas
Texas
Sidewinder holds on to all the horses on his ranch.
Yes,
I'm
thank you
sure.
for popping in. That gave me so much joy to see, and as you can see, it made these two happy as well. Robin Blackwell has asked, did I miss Fletcher's list for the league, or is he too busy tackling the painting pile this time
He's
around?
not leaguing.
No,
little
no
break.
leaguing. He's tag team Stigging.
Yeah, he's tag
The
Stig.
Gruesome Twosome
Yeah.
is their tag team name.
Yeah, it's because again, go back to Beard's point about 30 seconds ago before we all pass out with mortal exhaustion and whatnot. The choices are Fletcher plays in the league or doesn't paint Space Wolves and doesn't paint anything, and we need stuff painted.
Yeah.
So.
But he is playing a few more Tempest games now, so you will still
Yes,
see
he's
him
actually-
and his beautiful towel on the channel.
Recording a game on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
He is indeed. With
You will see Fletcher playing, but he's not playing in the league in this season because, as I say, the alternatives are play in the league or get Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I know which one I'd rather, but that's just because I'm playing Thousand Suns.
Yeah.
It would be Space Wolves done so that he could use them in the league, so that I can smite them off the board back to Fenris where they belong.
That'd be nice. And actually, he's playing a game this week, but he also has a new unit for his town, which is a big Yvara.
Yavara. I think you probably spoiled it for everyone now. I think he wanted that as a surprise.
Surprise!
Well,
Like, just probably watching this now, just going, guys.
Woof, woof, woof.
Juris Burkic, best wishes from Croatia, guys. Love the work, never stop. Hope Bard wins with a landslide. Guard for the win, tally ho.
Tally ho.
P.S. Would you run a gaunt as a commissar if you got one?
Would you run a what?
Commissar Gaunt.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Gaunt's Ghosts.
Yeah.
I'd love to get the Gaunt's Ghost unit for our guard army. They're quite fun.
Yeah, they're a cool unit, and obviously, good books.
No, good books.
I think that, I'm concerned about playing against Bar's list.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's
Same.
horrific.
Yeah.
Horrible. Also, big up Croatia.
Yeah. Lovely place.
His list, even he's disgusted with what
Yeah.
he's become. He's
Yeah.
so upset with himself.
Yeah.
He just sort of put it all on a tray. He's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. Whilst he's smiling from ear to ear. Yeah. So we were talking about this earlier, actually, because someone said to me, "It's like, why don't you run this and this? Like, I think Born Soldiers is overrated." And James's response was, "It's like, yeah, but if I roll sixes to hit, it means I automatically wound, which means I don't have to roll dice, which reduces the chance of me failing at life." So it's like, it
I think he
makes
deserves
sense.
a win after his league ran out last season.
Is it? I think he said he wants at least 2 wins.
He's gone from one extreme to the other. Like the Grey Knights are in a tough spot, but now with the Guard, they're in a great spot. There are some downsides to his list,
Yeah,
as
of
with any
course.
list, but
Yeah.
it does look very strong.
Yeah, it's a very potent looking list.
Yeah. But luckily,
I
the
fear.
Votan did supply all of the weapons to the Guards, and they all put in self-destruct buttons.
Oh yeah, that's
It's a stratagem.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Called
Boomba.
Boomba Guns.
Press.
AKA.
I can imagine they're all Zorg from Fifth Element.
Ooh.
Yes.
You just got a bunch of like dwarves going around, and then sort of going, a real killer would ask what the little red button does, and then they'd like press it, and then like they explode. And Guard would press the button and explode because they are humans, and as we all know, everyone, humans like to press buttons which they really shouldn't press and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
Emotional buttons, physical buttons.
I mean, if there was a red button in front of me now and there was a risk it would blow up the studio, I'd still probably press it.
I mean, there is a red button in front of you technically, but don't turn it off because
Yeah.
you'll turn off the stream.
Let me leave.
Okay. Well, No Hope No Cure is back, but he has renamed himself, Chef. He is
Oh.
now Dopamine Drips.
Oh,
Whoa!
that sounds like the title song from their debut album,
Wow.
the smash hit.
Yeah.
Well, as Chef called me out, I've renamed my channel Your Move, Sir.
Well, we'll rename our channel
To no.
We'll call it.
Why did you rename your channel?
I don't know.
I mean, that's
Exciting.
I mean, sure, like,
Imagine if you got millions of followers.
That'd be really
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. I mean, just okay. Like my move.
Yes.
I've moved.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
We're going to call ourselves Monopoly Men and Katie, and we'll cover Monopoly only, and the tactics involved.
The tactics involved.
Monopoly family tactics.
Well, if going by one of
Monopoly Madness.
Monopoly Madness, yeah. Well, going by one of my friend's tactics for Monopoly, it's
Cluedo
be the
clues.
banker.
Oh.
And cheat.
Yes,
That's my tactic
that's the
too.
tactic apparently. Yeah.
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 Table tennis tactics.
Tabletop tennis tactics. Next question.
No, we were going to be Tabletop Tactics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because we're all getting strong now.
yeah, we're trying to.
Anyway, Jan, Morton, Strand, Chef Beard, and Jinx. Also more Sigma or Riot.
Okay.
Well, you don't need to worry about rioting. There will be more Sigma.
There will be more Sigma.
Always more Sigma.
Maybe we filmed a game yesterday.
Might have done.
Maybe I'm filming a game on Friday.
You could be.
Okay.
I might be filming a game next Friday.
Maybe I found a whole army in my car that I thought I lost for 5 years.
Yeah.
And now I have.
Yeah.
That's fun. And also conveniently, when I was painting the Pestilence, back then it was a separate battle tome.
Yeah.
And now I can combine all my rats into one big rat pie
Rat ball.
and eat it.
Oh,
Hung.
tasty.
Tastes like disease.
The plague really brings out the flavorings.
Plague pie. Yes.
Lovely.
Jay Eggett, who is Jay Eggett from the US, California actually, and I've had the pleasure of hanging out with you bosses at some LVOs in the past. Got to bring my Joker-themed Emperor's Children to play against spiders and determine which is more excessive.
That's pretty cool. What, we've met before? That's exciting.
You wouldn't have met me, because if you met me at the LVO, I'd be very concerned as to one, why I have a doppelganger, and two, why they're pretending to be me over in LVO, because I've never been to LVO.
Yeah, let us know which ones of us you've met, because I
Were you the
also
guy
haven't
that
been to
was
LVO.
across the street that said, "Hey Beard, you suck at rolling dice"? And I was like, I'm just trying to eat my burger, man.
But whilst you went, yeah.
Yeah, that was my first taste of celebrity.
Wait, did that actually happen?
Yeah, just literally across the street. You suck at rolling dice.
That's so mean.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I just had like...
Nothing has changed.
I took Sisters of Battle as well.
Oh, that was your old system.
Before the army got redone.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
all the
Wow.
metal one. Everyone was like, why have you brought them? I was like, I don't know.
Because they're cool, and I'm here to have fun and roll dice, because that's what the point of a game
I know lots
is.
of nice people at the LVO.
Yeah, I've heard generally nothing but good things about the
I want to
LVO
go to
from
Adepticon.
Oh, I want to go to Adepticon.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to do all of those events, but they're so expensive to get to because.
Very far away. We have to go across the pond.
Well, yes, and for a lot of them, go across America as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long way
How
away.
long was the flight to Vegas? I mean, I've never
Vegas
been.
is like
Never been to Vegas.
9.
Well,
No, maybe it's more.
I
be
flew
longer
into
than
LA when I went on holiday, and it took 11 and a half hours.
Yeah, because I've flown to New Orleans, I've done Florida, but yeah, I mean, there's loads of places that I'd love to go to. In
Maybe it's
America.
11. I don't know. It's an amount of time.
Okay, sorry, I was just sipping my coffee. I didn't realize you guys were done. Salon is back. He's with a $50 donation this time.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
goodness.
much.
Wow.
Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
response. Do you have the models for an all canoptic list? I have had great success running 2 techies, 1 cloak, 1 node, 2 chronos, 3 squads of scarabs, 2 squads of wraiths, 2 reanimators, 1 squad of 3 spiders with guns, and 3 doomstalkers.
This is your question.
Yeah,
An Orca what now list?
canoptic list.
Oh, a canoptic
All
list.
canoptic.
Oh, all canoptic. I thought she said
I
all
didn't
canoptic.
separate my words
I was
well
like,
enough. I'm
what's that?
sorry.
Necronorcs. It's like the Borg, but the Borg.
They're actually all just pit bulls.
The Borg.
I have never run an all canoptic list. I suppose that could be quite fun to try. Yeah. I'll use them against Beard. There's 27 scarabs.
No, I don't want to play scarabs anymore. I don't like scarabs. It's bad as Stig's stupid electric monks. What are they?
Electro priests.
They're Fulgurites.
Yeah.
There's certain units which just really rub you up the wrong way.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I've not used the Necrons in a little while, mainly because obviously I use them for a lot in the league, and Jinx is using them for a little while, so
I
she
stole
can just begin to branch out into other factions. But yeah, I could probably take them out for a little spin at one point. Although at the moment I'm not playing a huge amount.
A Spinneroonie.
Yeah.
Like Booker T.
No.
He was WCW champion for a time.
I mean, Booker T was one of the goats, in my opinion.
I have to agree.
Yeah. Yes, I will try and use a canoptic list at some point.
Jasper Keach, thank you so much for the first time super chat. Big up, you guys. Got me into playing after 10 years and I'm having a blast. What's
I
your
love it
favourite?
when people say that. It's
I
my
know,
favourite.
it's the best. What's your favourite unit to play with and what's your favourite unit to look at?
Ooh.
I've got to say, my favourite unit to look at is that Angron that Fletcher painted.
That
Because, oh my god, it's gorgeous.
it's very nice. It's very nice. I think my favourite unit to look at is the one he's working on right now, which we can't talk about right now.
You're not allowed to talk about that.
That's real nice.
That's a secret.
Favourite unit? What, across like everything?
Yeah.
What about units that haven't come out yet?
What hasn't come out yet?
Well, like the stuff that they previewed, like all those new Seraphon units, because I do like looking at the dinosaurs.
I mean, you can choose that.
I
You
think
can look at it.
the new Slann, even just the new Saurus Warriors, they're all great. In terms of units that I like using,
I really like using a Baden. A Baden's really fun because he's just a big, powerful chap. And
Chad.
he just he just wrecks everyone because he's an alpha. Oh. Woof.
My favourite to use is just all of the Slanesh units because they're just really silly and fun.
Slanesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something just really fun about yeeting them across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the Death Guard as well, actually, thinking about it. Death Guard I always enjoy using. Every time. Every time.
See, I quite. There's something about the Harlequin troops that I like because they're super maneuverable. Obviously, the advance, the fallback, the charge, the shoot, all that sort of stuff. And then them being very sort of glass cannony, especially now with a 5-up invuln, that you've got to actually think about using them rather than just going 50%. Those are the odds.
Chaos Knights are fun too.
I was
I
looking
think
at the
those
Abominant.
birds are someone's favourite to use.
Yeah, I was looking at the Abominant because he is active in every phase. He's really tough to kill if you build him right, and he can just do some really good shenanigans.
Oh, and the Nighthaunt.
Oh, the Nighthaunt.
is so fun.
Yeah, Lady Alinda's great fun.
I can't wait to use the Nighthaunt that were meant to be my army. And everyone else has used them
You'll
before
never
me.
use them. Guess what? I'm going to use them on Friday, probably.
Well, with that, I'm going to move on because I'm sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hobby Hooch, thank you for the first time super chat. And
Yes!
he says, love all the content, folks. Thanks for everything. Well, thank you for chatting and hanging out and watching Euroboss.
Hobby Hooch should be a
Hobby
good
Hooch.
name for a beer.
Oh.
Hobby Hops.
Hobby. It would be like a session. A session.
You reckon a hoppy beer for a session?
What? No. What is it?
Well, it's Hoppy Hoops, but I reckon
Hooch.
Hooch.
Hobby Hooch. Wasn't that the name? Hobby Hooch.
Hobby Hooch.
No,
Hobby Hooch.
I thought it was Hobby Hoops.
Hobby Hooch.
Hooch. Wasn't Hooch?
What are you listening
was
to?
Hooch was a drink in like the 90s.
That
And it
was
was on the
the-
news. They were like, oh, it's gonna kill everyone.
downside of humanity and our teenagers.
It's a fruity beverage that gets you drunk.
Yeah.
They must be banned.
The first Alka-Pop.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe.
Good time. It was really good. It's still around, you know, Hooch.
Wasn't it like a cartoon lemon on the?
Yeah,
on
so
the
they
label?
had to change it because it was appealing to kids.
a radical lemon.
Yeah, it was like,
Whoa, Hooch.
Hooch, bruh.
Let's get wrecked.
Okay, Casper Lucas. Big love to Beard and Chef. Loved your combo in the Orc Narrative final. Keep it up and looking forward to the next gauntlet. And also, what up DJ Goblin 2?
DJ Goblin 2.
Ah,
Hey Goblin!
Legendary Glue.
It's catching on. And it was 2 as in, because he said he was love.
I
yeah.
got it.
I
Did you get
just
it?
pretend it's the number 2.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
doing.
that's not what it is. I'm gonna
Like
get it right.
in Roman numerals, like it's like junior.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
can we DJ Goblin the second?
Yes. Son of Goblin.
DJ Goblin Jr.
Pardon?
DJ Goblin Jr.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
This is it now. Jan Morton Strand, you found the rats. Vermin Beard hath returneth. All praise, praise the chosen or die.
Yeah.
Praise.
It's weird. I mean, I've not found all of it.
No.
I've found most of it. I'm pretty sure I know where my doom bells and my catapults are. And I'm also missing a couple of characters. But I'm pretty sure they're at home in my porch. Because I had to take out a bunch of cases the other day. This is a boring story.
In your porch?
Yes. Hey,
Then like
listen,
front porch.
it's a very long, technically it's an orangery. It's like, it wraps around the front of the house.
All right.
There's actually a grapevine that grows through the front of my house.
Wow.
It goes through a wall.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
not like an important wall.
okay.
It goes through like the porch wall and then up and around, and it makes really bad grapes. It never does well, but they're underneath the grapevine.
That's sad.
Yeah, in my Italian villa.
Well, of course it doesn't do well. The roots are being gnawed on by rats.
That is,
There we go. We've sussed
There
the
you go.
mystery.
yes, location confirmed.
Yeah.
Yes.
More super chats for
Super
the super
chatters.
chat throwing
Thanks,
Texas
everyone, for super
side.
chat. Yeah, please be
winder.
kind of
you.
you all on this illustrious Tuesday of the last Tuesday in this month.
Sidewinders here.
What?
Texas Sidewinders.
Well,
Howdy! Howdy, partner!
this is really demure guy. He's we're just like,
yeah.
woo!
Indoctrinated into TT Cannon forevermore. Texas Sam. The other thing is, I imagine that his six shooters are laser guns. And he's got like these like super cool wraparound 70s sunglasses. And he's got a mustache. He's just like shooting lasers at people. And like lighting his cigarette with his laser.
Oh.
Six shooter.
Yeah.
And he's got this cool soundtrack and the horse got like robot legs. Shut up, Jerry.
You can't understand the majesty.
Do you have anything to say?
He does.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this as English as I can. When y'all are ready to mosey on down to Texas, let me know and I'll show y'all around.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to go to Texas quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'd like to go to so many places.
Apparently you can fit our country into Texas 5 times.
That sounds about right.
That's big.
Yeah, Texas is huge.
Yeah. It's almost the size of 5 Great Britons.
I mean, true.
You even say
By-
Great Britain anymore?
I mean, I think it's generally like the UK.
Where are you from? Great Britain. Oh, fancy.
Well, I mean, it's GB on the passports.
Beg pardon?
It is GB on the passports.
GB!
Is that on the new
Oh,
passport?
Team GB at the Olympics?
Yeah, that's
GB.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting my new passport at some point today, apparently.
Lucky you.
Yeah, it gets to be blue.
Yeah, let's not get into that right now.
Now let's move on from
quickly.
that topic first. Edward Han, hail beard. Fun fact, I bought your old sister's army off you a while back. They are continuing their holy crusade on the tournament scene.
Do you know James as well? I think you're friends with James because James told me that you bought them. I hope you're enjoying them. They're really fun. I really like making them. I'm sorry I didn't paint them better. I wasn't good at painting back then, but I hope you're enjoying them. They're very heavy, aren't they? Very heavy. The Seraphim I like a lot. These ones. Ready for battle. On to the battlefield. Fly! Oof. Yeah, good times. Good, I hope you're enjoying them. That's nice. Thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, thank you. Neil Adams has asked, can we get Angron versus Morty matchup sometime soon? World Eaters versus Death Guard would be an interesting matchup.
That'd be fun.
That'd be good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We need to have we also need to do round 2 of Death Guard versus Thousand Suns we did 17 years ago.
Yonks and yonks and yonks ago.
Yeah, many yonks.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's many things that we need to do in terms of matchups. It's just finding the time.
We'll do Death Guard versus World Eaters soon.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yes. Hashtag.
Hashtag
you heard it
deliver
here first.
chaos. Hashtag Smells versus
Skulls.
Strongs. Strongs.
Yeah.
They're very fighty. Well, muscly, aren't they, the Berserkers?
Yep, that works.
Yeah.
We're all caught up.
Pardon?
We're caught up. Okay.
Good.
So I will tell you, I'm going to close the poll now because it's been running for a while.
We win. What was the poll for?
Who's going to win on Saturday?
Oh. Who's going to win? What does the poll say?
Well, the poll says that it's going to be Thousand Suns.
Oh.
By what kind of a margin?
59 to 40.
Oh.
59 to 40.
How does that work?
I don't know.
There were 1% that were just like, I choose
death.
I want. To be fair, actually, that is 100% an
should've
orc
put-
player
yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the stuff on like Facebook where someone does like an open poll on like some of the Facebook groups, and people it's just like, oh, like, what do you think I should get like for my next model? And it's just like, should I get this or this? And then it's just like, or maybe another option to make it compare. And people just go, this an orky poll now, and then it's very funny.
Yeah.
Not really conducive to a good discussion, but.
Who cares about good discussion?
Well,
when
clearly
you
not
have
the
all?
orc players.
Yeah, I like that 1% just invaded the poll.
Yeah.
Blew up 1% of it.
Yeah,
And just
On
destroyed
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. You don't have to watch the video now. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
you've all
been
voted
decided
for it.
Yeah, it's been voted.
So, yeah.
So, the league on that basis.
La Liga.
Let's have a little chat about the league. So, just and clear my throat and deepen my voice a little bit so I sound a bit more authoritarian and, know what I'm talking about. I don't. So, with the league, we are running it pretty much the same as last time if you watched that. If you didn't watch it, that's fine. I'll give you a very brief rundown now. So, the way that it works is we choose a faction and a sub-faction, and we are locked into that for the duration of the season.
Yeah.
Because the way that we look at it is that if you were to, one, it kind of defeats the point of what we're trying to do with the league, which is taking a faction that we want to use or that we want to try out in a semi-competitive setting and make work in that setting. So to just chop and change it and chase the meta or do stuff like that isn't really what we're aiming to do here. we're also running it over a much shorter period of time compared to, say, the ITC or the WTC seasons, which run over the course of a year. So you can change all the time if you so wish, if that is what you wish to do. The other aspect to consider as well is when it comes to quote unquote chasing the meta, is that means you need to have the models built and painted up and stuff, and we only have the one Fletcher. As much as we've tried to clone him, they've all ended in disaster and have needed to be purged by fire.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of the Rubicon Primaris.
Yeah, everyone dies in it. Yeah. We've tried to do the Rubicon Fletcherus, and everyone dies. It's not like the Rubicon where it's really dangerous but everyone survives.
Everyone's fine.
Yeah, everyone's fine. So that is also a thing to account for as well. Not to mention the fact that we also need to do other reports, the normal reports, any boarding actions that we want to throw in, narratives that we want to throw in, Sigma, live streams, backstages, all the other stuff, not to mention the editing. There's a lot going on that you do not see, for it is happening behind the scenes. So spending time on doing lots and lots and lots and lots of games over the course wouldn't work. So to make it work, that's why we've got that single faction limit.
The other reason we do the single faction is because we think it makes for a better general if you're not constantly changing to get the best possible thing at that particular time. So the idea is that you will adapt and develop like Bear Grylls.
Adapt, improvise, and overcome.
Exactly. Rather than just chasing the meta all the time, you're gonna pick your army, make the best of it, and not be a coward.
Yeah.
Change.
Let's put it this way. If we were allowed to change, you'd get one game of Thousand Suns, and then I go, I'm going to change now because I don't have Armor of Contempt.
Yes.
Instead, I'm going, right, I've got Thousand Suns. I've lost Armor of Contempt because remember that vote was made before the Balance Data Slate came out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that came along, and then Armor of Contempt went away. I'm like, well, I've locked in my faction. I've got to take the buffs and the debuffs. Now, let's say they turn around and they said, yeah, you lose Armor of Contempt, but you get instead, like, you do a minimum of 3 on all your smites. I'd be like, well, I get the buff and the debuff, so swings and roundabouts, and all roundabouts, as young Jimothy likes to say. So that works for everyone involved. So there will be times where we're not anticipating it this season because we've started it early in the year. We're not anticipating another Balanced Data Slate too impactful, certainly not in the level that the January one was, between now and finishing the league. If it happens, it happens. We will accept that, whatever our factions are. Beard is running Leagues of Votan. Let's say they turn around and they go, yeah, you can only have a maximum of 2 judgment tokens on units. You'd be like, oh, well, you don't just get to suddenly go, well, I guess I'll just stop running Leagues of Votan. Yeah. You are committed to the cause.
Yes.
The same principle applies to sub-factions as well. Now, that one's a little bit of a potentially more contentious one, but chances are you know the sub-faction that you're going to use. And realistically, it doesn't matter how many sub-factions there are, probably only 1 or 2 are any good anyway. Yeah. It's kind of moot.
I will say it did come up in the last league where I was taking Leviathan and they got a little bit slapped on the wrist, but they were probably still the best sub-faction to play anyway.
Yeah, especially for the army builds that you were kind of leaning towards. I know obviously people, like, again, to use this as an example, that's actually a very good point. The Balanced Data Slate happened and a lot of people pivoted, to put it in there with your competitive nomenclature, pivoting, trading. Staging is a new one that I've seen.
Ooh.
Staging?
Yeah, it's where you hide behind a wall so you can charge next turn. That's all it means. Staging.
I mean, that is a military term, I believe.
Yeah. So staging an attack.
Sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. But it's a new one that I came across recently. And a lot of people pivoted to Kraken because that was now the better choice in terms of the output and the damage output, and the extra AP is really good against Armor of Contempt. Whereas now, not really sure what's happening in terms of Tyranids. I personally think they got hit a bit too hard with the old points increases. They've done the standard Games Workshop thing of going, we're going to apply this change and then also these 5 other changes. Did you want to let that change settle first? No. Okay then. So we're locked into the factions. The other thing as well that we need to account for with our league is there are no allies, because much like what Beard says, you should be kind of doing it. This is our version of competitive play. This doesn't necessarily mean that it is the right way to play, the wrong way to play, or the way that you play competitive or whatever is right, wrong, or not, or a middling ground. But we've chosen not to do allies. The reason being is because, one, it makes army building a bit easier for our brains. Again, I will refer to the several games and armies that we play every week. But also, as Beard says, it's about that good generalship. You should be good on your generalship based on what is in your codex, not what is in your codex and another codex, and how you can combine the two together to break them. I think this is why a lot of people wanted me to run Thousand Suns, so that we could run them with 9 flamers, which we never own.
Yeah.
We will never own them, apparently, because every time I ask for Zinch demons, we have to get people like Alexis, praise be unto thee, to send us demons.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Praise be.
Yes,
Praise be.
those flavors. Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks to eBay as soon as that book came out.
Yeah.
They were all gone.
Yeah, they were all gone
All
from
of
the
them.
website, and then
Zip.
you could buy free flamers for like £90 on eBay. Yeah, and they're still very good, don't get me wrong. But the price has come down a little bit. So again, this is another aspect of why we aren't chasing the meta or including allies or things like that. So that's kind of the only real big limitations on the league. So the way that it'll work is we'll run through all of the missions, not necessarily in order. We will randomize them, but we will try and do as much of a rotation as possible and try and avoid people doubling up on missions so that we aren't getting someone playing the same mission 2 or 3 times, because that wouldn't happen in a tournament.
No.
Now, we're not playing it in a tournament setting, but so be it. And that is basically it. We play some knockout games. We play 5 games. We play each other once, and then we go to semi-finals and finals.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Nice.
Nice
And
and,
the
simple.
battle for the spoon.
Oh yes, we
Don't
also
forget
have
the battle for the spoon.
Fight. Yeah, don't forget the spoon fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also trying to encourage people to play as good sports, to enjoy it for what it is, not getting too wrapped up in it being, I mean, competitive is competitive and everyone wants to win and do well, but we want the enjoyment of the game to kind of surpass that while still being in a competitive format, if you get my drift. And we have lots of very big plans for the league going forward, so we're trying to put that to the forefront of
We want to
of our
create a
games.
competitive environment that is welcoming and inviting.
Exactly.
People who might not play competitively.
Yeah, competitive play can be quite off-putting, I think, for lots of people. It's really fun if you're there with like the right bunch of people. We want to avoid it feeling like a negative place to be, and it should be fun zones.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do.
And that's not to say that competitive play is inherently negative.
No, it's not at all.
It's not at all. But there's definitely that perception about it.
Yes.
And I've spoken to a lot of people who have said that they would love to go to an event, but they're worried about that guy. They're worried about the fact that they've brought a maybe not competitive army and they're just going to get stomped, and have a really bad time. And that's not the case, like, at all for 99.9999% of games that happen at tournaments.
Yeah.
The problem is of course, as I say, it's perception, and it's part of general human nature to talk about the bad times. So it's something that's always kind of stuck with me from when I used to work in retail, is if you've got someone who let's say you've got 20 people that come to your store, right? And one of them has a bad time. 19 of them have a good time. They have a good experience, and one of them has a bad experience. Those 19 people aren't going to tell anyone that they had a good time. That one person is going to tell 5 of their friends that they had a really rubbish time. Yeah. So that's what's heard. And that's not the case at all. But by trying to break down that stigma, which admittedly has also been done very well by many, many other organisers, but we're just attempting to provide another way of doing it, and more of a casual competitive play, I guess, is the way that you could look at it. By picking an army that you want to stick with, that you're going to expand upon, or maybe try out for the first time, get good with it, have fun with it, play some good games with it, improve your skills with that army without needing to worry about, well, you know, I have to chase the meta, or I have to do well because that's what's expected. You just kind of go, I'm going to turn up, play some games, roll some dice, and have a good time. Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. The light is on. We have a
So
super
we
chat.
have a couple of super chats. We have about 4 minutes left on the stream at the moment.
Oh, that's
so
gone quick.
That's gone really quick. I'm going to say final super chats, get them in now to make sure they're read before we do have to go home at some point today. But I will read out the ones that we have here. Jan Morton Strand, how many Mega Gargants would Spider be able to one-shot anyways? Can't wait for League Season 2 and see how Spider does with a subpar army.
Subpar, yeah.
Although weirdly, I think Orc's doing quite well. Yeah. Again, if you look at if you follow the competitive stats and that sort of stuff, Orcs are doing relatively well in the context of competitive play. I will throw this out here now because this is something that's come up with regards to Sigmar as well when people talk about competitive Sigmar, is there's a difference between competitively balanced and a balanced codex. Let's take, for example, the Orcs. They're doing, I think they've got like a 56% win rate.
Very nice.
That's good. That's what Games Workshop wants.
Yes.
But that is using very specific lists. Usually Goth Pressure. You've probably got about 18 Squig boys in there, a bunch of Mega Knobs. That isn't boys and looters and mech guns.
Yeah.
And trucks, and that's the problem, is an army isn't necessarily competitively balanced based on a SKU list. It's the same thing with Sigmar. There's a lot of internal balance things with Sigmar. Externally, there's loads of armies that are vying for top position, and every tournament has like 2 or 3 different armies in the top, and there's loads of faction variety, and that's really good and it's really great. But then you look at it, and there's some wacky lists, sure, but let's use, what's one of your armies? Skaven. Let's use Skaven, for example. I don't know enough about competitive Skaven to really comment, but I can pretty much guarantee that there are a good 50% of the units in that army which are not considered competitive in any way, shape or form. And that's the same with 40k. There's a lot of units which aren't going to be considered competitive. So to say that the army is doing well competitively is a bit false. So are they a subpar army? I would probably agree in the context of some of the later releases, but competitively, weirdly, if you look at it on paper, they're quite good. As for Mega Gargants, I don't think he'd be able to punch out any because...
No, he's a big old wimp.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to move on to the next question. I'm just going to say, Jonathan Haynes, you've put in a couple of super chats. I've responded in chat, so that will be sorted out for you when when I'm off the stream. Neil Adams, Chef, I'm taking Chaos Knights in 2 RTTs and a GT soon. Undecided on a shooty Vextrix or melee Herpatrax list. Any thoughts or advice?
Yeah, it's always Herpatrax for me.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is the extra wounds is so crucial. You could argue that the Rampaging Destroyers isn't quite as necessary now, because that's the thing that gives you extra AP and attack in the first round of combat, now that Armor of Contempt is gone. I say take it, because then the Marines aren't getting a save at all.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet.
Which is very nice indeed.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that the extra attack is always good. You always want to be charging with Knights, or you're going to be able to fall back and stuff with Knights. I find that the Vectrix is nice, but the problem that I have is wounding yourself to get a buff is just so annoying, because there will be times where you go, I want this really cool rule and it'd be really good, but if I roll a 3+ on my D3 mortal wounds, I actually degrade myself.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't get my army rule, or I make you easier to kill me. I also don't think that night shooting is reliable enough.
It's not really, and there's not really a way of making it more reliable via stratagems and things like that. I quite like the combat knights. You just have so much pressure on your opponent with combat knights. It's scary.
Yeah.
And it's also great for ball control as well.
Yeah.
Especially if taking lots of dogs.
Yeah, lots of dogs. And the thing is, Herpatrax dogs.
Oh.
But they've got 14 wounds.
Woof.
Now all of a sudden you go, is that a las cannon? Yeah, you need 2 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, did I say 2? Because
I'm a las cannon now.
Yeah. Things like your plasma cannons on your Russ, which you are going to come up against. You're going to come up against a lot of those. They need 5 wounds to go through, not 4, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but now you do it across multiple dogs, and it can make a big difference, because it's the difference between having to shoot 2 tanks at them compared to 1 tank at them. So I think the extra wounds is just, it's worth its weight in gold.
Nice. Parsi1Val1, quick chat about the next D&D, buzzing for it.
It's coming.
Soon.
That's it.
It's coming.
That's all we can
have some very exciting plans for it, so stay tuned.
I need many, many times to write.
Joshua Ruse, hey guys, loving the on-demand content, love the shows for when I get home from work, big up the Knights of Titan. Thank you so much for being an on-demand subscriber. We literally cannot do this without you guys.
We would not be here, and we would not be moving into the new studio, and Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
for your support.
if you're not an on-demand subscriber, consider giving it a go. We've got loads more content.
Literally hundreds.
Literally hundreds of videos of content. Hundreds of videos of content.
Hundreds
yes.
of content.
You know what we
Hundreds
don't
of
have on
content.
there is good grammar from me, but that was to be expected, to be honest. And yeah, as the guys say, we literally cannot do any of this without you guys supporting us on demand. So praise be unto thee, and if you're not, praise be unto yourself if you want to give it a go.
Yes.
Ragnaros, off topic, but our Caradron overlords on the way. Kind of?
Well, they're coming.
Yeah.
They are coming.
They will be.
But it will
I
be
think
a
they're next in queue after the Blooming Space Wolves.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted Steampunk Dwarfs first, but I was vetoed by
The awoos.
Yeah.
yes.
Good to know, Bob. Speaking of flamers, I have an unbuilt Zinch Demon Start Collecting box here in the States. Is that something that would be feasible or wanted to ship to you all? Love the content. Keep it up.
Yeah, send us a message.
Yeah.
That'd be
Send
amazing.
us an email. It's grotty
at tabletoptactics.tv. We will get back to you as soon as we can. Our inbox is generally always busy, but Grotty does work very hard behind the scenes to answer you as soon as is demonically possible.
And that is Grotty. Or you go to our website and there's a contact form.
There is a contact form there, and we will get back in touch there. Yeah, please don't. As much as we will love to try and reach out to, with guys on Instagram and Facebook and in these comments, anything business related, so stuff like that, if you're being very generous and looking to ship stuff to us, we will try and arrange stuff as best we can, but an email is generally better because it's a bit more official, but also it means that it won't get lost in the endless stream of chats and messages that we get. So just make sure if there's something that you are anticipating or looking to help us out with, that's probably your best bet.
Okay, couple more, and then we do have to make sure that we can get home to all of our lovely wives. Texas Sidewinder did send a message saying that his super chats keep saying there's an error and won't send. I did ask him what he wanted to say, and he's responded with, "Thank you, Jinx, I'll pay you back on next stream. I'm good for it." I still don't know what it was he was trying to say, but hi, Texas Sidewinder.
Yeah, you normally, you've normally worked before with the super chat.
Yeah, I think
Not
it's
sure.
having a bit of an error.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a YouTube error,
Yeah.
which I wish we had control over YouTube,
Oh, that would be
because I would
we'd
have
be
lots of
rich.
money.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We'll do a freebie next time.
Final super chat now for this stream. Jan Morton Strand, again, be an on-demand boss and save a Gene Stealer from starvation. Sub now and they will get fresh guardsmen to nom 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 nom.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
including the free Gene Stealer.
Yeah.
Free guardsman for a Gene Stealer.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. One hand at a time.
Yes.
Sub to on-demand and Jinx won't go hungry.
Exactly.
And she is always hungry.
Always hungry.
Great devourer.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
thank you for being here with us today. We hope you enjoyed your time with us as we embark on this journey through the live stream. We're all excited for the league. We've all done a game, haven't we? All of us.
Yeah,
All of
three
us here,
have done
yes.
the game.
Yeah. And you'll be seeing lots of league coming up. We hope you enjoy it. Keep in touch. Let us know what you think. Lots of comments in the comments section as we go through. Make your predictions known. Place your bets now. And hail to the champ. There he is.
Oh, that was it. One last thing. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. With regards to the league. There was one change that we have made to the league rules from last season, and that is because there's a few people that have asked about us changing the list. We've done the list analysis, and they've gone, just change it. And you go, we can't change it. Those are the rules.
Oh, yeah.
You can't change the list until you lose a game.
Yes.
And the thinking behind this is, if you go to a tournament, can you change your list between games?
No.
You cannot.
No.
Now, what you can do is you can practice before you go to a tournament, and you can, of course, change your list there. Let's say you win 5 games on the trot. You're going to change your list? You're probably confident that it seems to work. Now, obviously, depending on how many practice games you get in. If you start to lose games, you're probably going to think that there's something wrong with the list, so you might look at changing it. So that is the thinking behind that notion there.
Yeah.
So we will change lists, maybe,
Maybe.
might not be able to, because Fletcher might not have painted up enough bikes.
I can't change my list because they don't have any more models.
No.
Well, I mean, technically I could, but I'm going to win every game. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, same, to be honest, which makes it very awkward by the time we get to the
And I was going to
finals.
say
No,
the
no,
exact
that's
same
fine.
thing, so it looks like it's going to be a 3-player final.
Okay.
So,
Fun. Well, that's the multiplayer thing.
Oh,
sorted
yeah,
out.
yeah,
yeah.
done.
Convenient.
Easy.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
We're going to go
that'll
now.
be
Okay,
us.
yes.
Thank you for being here. We'll see you very soon for another live stream, and we'll see you on the YouTubes, on the On Demand, and in your nightmares. So I look forward to that. See you later.
Bye-bye!